course, in our southern hemisphere, the sun sets / in the northern hemisphere, it sets that way, right? I found this out when I went to Los Angeles in 2001, and I'm on Santa Monica beach there, and I'm looking at the sun setting, and I'm going, whoa. And of course, I've prided myself in knowing astronomy and knowing the stars. You know, I can tell you where Orion is and everything like that. And there I'm, whoops. Of course, I'm in the northern hemisphere. The sun's going to be setting like that, not like this. All right? Because we're in the south. So we see the sun from the south, right? We're from here, setting that way. But in the northern hemisphere, it sets the other way.
So I did what you didn't do, and I actually made the flat Earth, and then of course I put the sun and moon on it and rotated them, and from two different perspectives we look at the moon, and once again it's the same exact moon. It does not flip upside down whatsoever. So I simply made a round spherical Earth and a round spherical moon, placed two people on the north and south poles, and wow! It simply produces the truth from nature. The moon from one angle and the other from the northern and southern hemisphere, which is obviously the truth. Once again, the flat earthers fail beyond belief, and the spherical earthers win with simple, natural ease. It's astonishing that people are actually this dumb to fall for their bullshit. Some of these guys are so embarrassing, I mean, I'm ashamed for them. Like this guy makes a video called Flat Earth, Sun Setting, Finally Explained. But instead he babbles on for like 15 minutes, never showing anything whatsoever, but a small amateur lesson on perspective is all he does. So he's trying to spew the bullshit that the sun disappears over the horizon because it gets so small and it disappears. But that's complete bullshit, as I prove, because the sun would be gigantic over our heads and then turn into a tiny little small little ball that disappears over the horizon. But that never happens, does it? The truth is, the sun is not gigantic and then tiny, tiny, tiny small where we can't see it. No, the truth is simple. From the time the sun rises to the time the sun sets, it stays the same relative size. And of course, like I said before, that's exactly why they will not actually show you what they're talking about. They just talk and spew bullshit to try to convince you. So anyway, this guy has a 3D program. He could have easily shown you what he was talking about, because in the 3D program they can be used to reveal the truth and they could be used to fool somebody with. But the reason he didn't show you is because he realized as the sun got smaller, the ball was getting too small, and he knew that we would call bullshit if we saw how huge the ball was at one point and how tiny it was at another point. We would know that it was full of bullshit. So he had to only show you a small little distance to try to convince you of the truth, which, as you now can clearly see, is complete bullshit 100%. On a flat plane surface, a light above it can never drop below it. And you can make a 4-hour video trying to explain it. But all we want is a 1-minute video that can show it. Just like I did right here. I made these. They're simple to do. You look like you can really use that program real well, so why couldn't you just simply show us what you were talking about? The real truth and the reason why you did not show the actual proof is because there is no proof, and you knew 100% that what you were trying to spew was bullshit, because the sun remains the relative same size from sunrise to noon to sunset. And that is not a theory or an opinion. It's pure fact. So your video was a complete failure. Period. Seriously, I feel like I'm picking on a retard like I said earlier. I mean, I just can't believe the sheep of El are this dumb. Which is proven in the very fact that 368 of these dumb and dumbers actually agreed. Allah. And then you have this flathead dummite called the Circle of Terra, who made a flat earth video who's going to show us about the sun horizon, the vanishing point, perspective, and our physical world on our flat earth. Which, of course, she never does. She shows our real sun setting, and then tries to convince you of this. They show a light on a flat table surface, and then they have a camera that drops below the ledge of the edge, below the eye level, and then they bring the light back and forth and say that's how the sunset is achieved, and that's why they show the little happy face and they show you a real sunset. So the truth of this video is that they started above the plane surface, up high with a camera, and then went down to eye level surface and then dropped below the edge of the ledge, which actually proves that flat earth is bullshit, and actually proved the round spherical earth is the only way the true effect can happen, and that this explanation is complete bullshit and lies, and actually had to drop below the edge of the ledge to prove it. It's absolutely embarrassing. As dumb could be.
Allah.
No beef! Bullshit! And by the way, a very simple way to prove the Earth is a sphere and round is that when the sun is rising and setting, you'll notice something. You'll notice how you can't see the sun yet, can you? It's all dark. But we see the sun coming over the horizon. Well, we don't see the sun, we see the sunlight. You see the sunlight shine first upon the angle on the clouds that we can see above our eyes, until the sun goes up to midday, and then it goes and sets again, and we see the same exact thing again. We no longer see the sun, and that's why it turns dark where we are. But it always has a time period because of the angle of the round spherical Earth. The light rays are still beaming upwards on the angle of the Earth, which is why we see them. We are witnessing what appears to be the sun going below the horizon. It's actually the Earth spinning, which we'll talk about later, but for now, from our perspective, it appears as though the sun and the stars circle the Earth, which we're going to go over later, but for now, as we see the sun setting below the horizon, the viewable light of the sun as it sets beyond the horizon and goes around the curvature of the Earth, we view the light still because of the viewable angle where the light is. Because if it was a sharp edge corner, the light would actually have a sharp edge to it and not a gradient appearance, as we clearly see with our spherical Earth. As we clearly have shown before, the attributes between the sphere and a flat disk plane are night and day, because the sphere has an unlimited shadow potential, while a flat plane can only exhibit two phases, either light or dark. The flat Earth model is an embarrassment to the human race. And of course, if I wanted to even begin to start to debunk them as far as the stars, the celestial world we live in with our Planets? Are you joking? These guys can't even produce the sun and the moon, let alone produce a working, functioning, planetary, celestial, astronomical system that actually works. Remember the failed sunset guy? He's the same guy making a video saying, planets don't exist. And of course, he has the comments disabled. So part 4 was all about showing how the embarrassment of the flatheads cannot produce even one functioning, working model that exhibits anything that we see in our natural world.
Boy, I bet, 'cause I ain't met a motherfucker who can do that yet. Trendsetter, I'm better, my rhymes are good. I got a goal named plate that says I wish you would. And when battle begin, then I gotta join in. And before my rhyme is over, you know I'm a win. Start a competition, that's my hobby and job. I'm like Tyson, Tyson, I'm a soldier at war. I'm making sure you don't try to battle me no more. Got concrete rhymes, been rapping for 10 years. And even when I'm rapping, I'm being sincere. Now I'm number 1, and you're acting on time, never standing on line. You wanna try me? First you better learn how to rhyme. I'm the pinnacle, that means I reign supreme. And I'm notorious, I crush you like a jelly bean. I'm bad. I eliminate punks, cut them up in chunks. You assumed you heard me, and your ego's drunk. I'm devastating, I'm so good it's a shame. 'Cause I eat rappers like a cannibal, they call me insane. I'm as strong as a bull, never retire or put my mic on the shelf. The baddest rapper in the history of rap itself. Not bitter or mad, just proving I'm bad. You wanna hit, give me an hour plus a pen and a bag. I'm the best, taking out all rookies. Don't forget Oreos, eat Cool J.